Hello everyone, my name is Steven and I'm a smart contract developer with over 5 years of experience on creating and trading bots that could generate income through automated crypto trading. Today, step by step, we are going to go over my personal strategy of how I have been making Ethereum for the past couple of weeks. Recently, I turned to an AI-trained ChatGPT plugged-in bot which completes my arbitrage deals for me by buying Ethereum at lower prices and selling it at higher prices for me. Even though the bot uses some advanced mechanics and concepts, no trading or coding skills are required in order to do this. Big thanks to ChatGPT technology, I've been able to simplify my crypto strategies with the main goal of generating passive income. But before we dive into the details, I want to remind you that the crypto space is full of scammers. Always take precautions to protect yourself and your funds. Never send money to unfamiliar wallets or interact with unknown exchanges. So now, without further ado, let's begin. The bot relies on the sandwich transaction strategy, a type of front-running technique. It monitors the mempool, which is essentially a public waiting area for all unconfirmed blockchain transactions, by constantly scanning the mempools in real time. The bot identifies profitable trading opportunities before they're finalized on-chain. When a large trade is detected, usually a swap on a DEX that could move the market price, the bot reacts by submitting two transactions, one that's placed just before the target transaction called the front run, and one right after it called the back run. The front-run transaction takes advantage of the existing price, while the back-run captures profit from the price shift caused by the original trade to ensure priority in transaction ordering. The bot sets a higher gas fee, effectively incentivizing miners or validators to process its transaction ahead of others. This allows the bot to manipulate the trade sequence, creating a price difference that it can profit from. I want to emphasize no coding experience is required. Thanks to ChatGPT, the technical side has been made completely hassle-free. So let's dive into the details and get started. Before we do, I have to mention that a MetaMask wallet extension like this is required in order to complete this process. You will see later why in the video. So I will leave the official link to get the extension in the first pinned comment on YouTube. In addition to that, I will leave the link to the GitHub that I am showing right now, where the open source code for the smart contract on which the AI bot runs will be posted. So it will be exactly the same link that I am showing right now on the screen. For YouTube's guidelines, I have to mention that this video is purely done for entertainment content. I am not giving out any advice and I'm only showing my personal experience. And as I am copying the code from the GitHub and going to remix the Ethereum.org network, which is the compiler for smart contracts on the Ethereum network. Once you're on Remix, create a new file and name it however you'd like. For example, let's name the file bot.sol. Now paste the open source bot code from the video description into the file. Code yourself for security and transparency. Scroll up to check out the quick user guide. It'll help you understand how everything works step by step at this point. Now let's move to the Solidity compiler menu. And in the compiler settings, I'm going to choose 8.4 Solidity. If we look at our code right here, it is also specified up here, and now we're going to compile our bot. Now we're in the environment settings, and I will choose injected provider, MetaMask. And that is exactly why I mentioned that a MetaMask wallet extension like this is required. So I will need to have a wallet connected in MetaMask extension, and the minimum to do this is 0.1 Ethereum. So you will need to have it funded. Now let's deploy the contract by pressing deploy in Remix. And here we get this screen from MetaMask asking us to deploy our smart contract. So the fees are looking pretty high today, but I don't really worry about it because I'll get everything back in just a couple hours. I chose aggressive for the speed of our transaction, so I don't keep everyone waiting for too long. Next, we see this loading sign right here at the bottom of Remix for a message confirming that the contract has been successfully deployed. Once you see the confirmation message, click on it and copy the transaction hash. Next, head over to etherscan.io and paste the transaction hash into the search bar. This will allow you to verify that the deployment was successful. If the transaction status shows a success, it means your bot has been deployed correctly. So let's go to the deployed contracts window right here and expand this. Here we have all of the controls over our smart contract, and you are the only person who has the controls over the smart contract once you deploy. From here, you can access detailed information about your bot, including the trading balance, and interact with the available contract functions directly. So I will continue by going to my MetaMask wallet and sending the Ethereum that I want to work with today to the smart contract that I have just deployed. And what I like about this is that the smart contract will be the only thing that I will be interacting with throughout the entire process. So for this example, I'm going to send 0.55 Ethereum and set the gas to aggressive and confirm the transaction. Let's give it a moment. Perfect. Transaction confirmed now. Let's head over to Etherscan and check the status of the smart contract. Refresh the page, and as you can see, the bot has received exactly Ethereum for trading, and the remaining balance stays securely in my wallet. Now we'll give the bot some time to work. Let's check back in 3 and 24 hours to see how much profit it's been able to generate. I'll stop the recording here and come back after 3 hours to share the results. All right, it's been a couple of hours. Let's take a look at the results. I'm refreshing the page now, and wow, I've earned 0.55 Ethereum passively. That's a pretty impressive outcome for just half a day of automated trading. I'm going to pause the screen recording again and check back in another 24 hours to see how much more the bot can generate. Now we've hit the 24-hour mark. It's time to assess how the bot performed. Let's refresh the page, and here it is. I've earned much more Ethereum in total. That's a very satisfying result, especially considering the entire process was fully passive. So I will call it a day. And now I will use the exact same wallet on MetaMask that I used a couple hours ago in the first part of the video in order to demonstrate the last function that I wanted to show you guys. And that will be the withdrawal function. So we're going to get the money out of the smart contract back onto our MetaMask wallet. Just hit withdraw and you get this transaction request from MetaMask. Here is our Ethereum. So I chose aggressive to have it land almost instantly. And now everything that I got to do is just sit back and wait until my Ethereum lands on my wallet. It also takes around 15 to 20 seconds to reach the wallet. So let's just wait a little bit. And yes, guys, we are good. My Ethereum has landed on my wallet successfully. As I have mentioned, it took around 15 to 20 seconds to get that. The money's there. Everything worked perfectly. Now, just to wrap up, let's quickly verify the smart contract balance. And as expected, it's been cleared out after the withdrawal. At this point, the bot's Ethereum balance is 0, which means the withdrawal was successful. Right now, my bot is completely free to use. I'm doing this to show how powerful it is and just how much money you can make with it. However, this free access is only available for a limited time. After 1 month, the free version will be disabled. Your API key will no longer be valid and you won't be able to deploy the bot contract anymore. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I hope this video gave you some valuable insights and helped you learn something new. Everything that is necessary in order to complete this process will be in the first pinned comment on YouTube. If you're interested in more content around decentralized finance and Web3, consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.